Hello, welcome to the TV room. David Bradley here. It's very frustrating when I have this funky little on air light and it doesn't want to work, and it wasn't going to work until I pushed it down. Now, here is my situation. I am wanting to test these Commodore 64's, but I need to get a monitor up here. And it sounds simple, but it's not. Anyway, I still have some Temu treasures here that I need to put out of the way. But that's not all. That's not all. I will put the multimeter that I have not put batteries in back in here. Set it over there. And other things. Oops, one of them came out. And here is something that I'm quite fond of. Yes, quite fond of. It's magic. But I don't need it at this moment. But what I do need is some more space here. So I have two pets. Old vintage machines. And they're just dandy. Well, not quite dandy. But over past the pets, there's more stuff. So I can't really move them. There's a harness. There's another harness. There's some Harry Potter glasses that don't actually do anything. Oh, here is a little speaker that doesn't really need to be there. Solder, always important. And here is something I really can't lose. I got this from Rudy, from Rudy's Retro Intel. Sorry, you can't see me too well. It's the Diagnostics for the pet. I'm going to stick that in this foam that came with something from Temu that I decided I would keep for foam. And that, I think, is the 6502. Oh, yeah. Alcohol for cleaning keyboards. Oh. Sockets. Little ones. And then, oh, yeah. Other very necessary things here. Oh. And what are these necessary things? Well, they're soldering irons that I really need to get, literally blow the dust off and get them fired up again. Now, oh dear. Oh dear. All right. Excuse me. There's more sockets. And a pencil. All right. Now, another quandary I have at this moment is this pet here is not really together, and the circuit board is not really in it. Ow. The solder connections there, they can be painful. All right, I had this turned backwards so that I could test the data set, and the data set did not work. So I do not need to keep this facing in this direction. I can turn it around and slide it over here and get it as far back as I can. And then these little weenie things that are supposed to hold the board in don't really want to be in there. But anyway, what I can do now is, with great care and reverence, pick up this working board and get it safely, oh God, there we go, get it safely seated into this machine, even though at this moment I have no intention of turning it on. Why can't I get it safely seated? There, it is safely seated. Okay, now I can push this back well out of the way. And other things here that will likely fall, like these cotton swabs, etc., I can put down out of the way. And these other things that are likely to fall, put them in front of this pet so I know where they are. Now, I can slide this pet. Oh, or can I? Okay, the cord is dragging things, but that's okay. We can do this. Nothing bad will happen. Nothing will fall. I'll just put this over here. Okay, and now, here's the other secret thing. With a pet open, there's a lot of space where things can be put. It doesn't mean that I can close the lid, but that's okay. All right. We are making space. By the way, there are 2 soldering irons here and 1 desoldering iron. Anyway, the things that I will need in this next operation include these harnesses. I'm sorry, I know my framing is not so great today. And these other things, they're good, but they can go over here, including the little pet keyboard that I need to do the wire on. Okay. So, we'll get things rearranged so we can proceed with the next project. Okay. More screws. I should have written on the bag, but I think I know what they are. All right. Where are you? Okay. Okay, we're getting there. There's some deoxys. And here is this other bin of stuff. So these, I suppose, can sit very carefully here. And now, what have I got? Shopping bags that don't need to be here. Whoosh. Hello. Now here is part of one of the 64s to be tested. Here's like an old original board. Here's a 64 that I'm pretty sure is working. Don't fall. Golly. Yeah. Let's put them in a position where they will surely fall. Pants that don't need to be here. Now here is something very critical. Very critical. I must be careful. This is the modern SD card reader that works on the PET and the 64. And why is this being difficult? The lid is difficult. Well, maybe I'll pull the cable out. Hello there. The lid is not difficult. Well, maybe, you know what? Maybe it really doesn't fit well with that cable in there. Anyway, I'm going to put this ever so gently up over here inside this pet, so it's there. And why am I doing all this? Oh, these don't do anything. These Harry Potter glasses, they don't. They really don't. They don't do anything. They're not good. They're not for. Anyway, they're good for costumes. Costuming is good, but Halloween is past. So now, the next step on this magical mystery tour is to grab this monitor off of the floor and bring it to the desk. Okay. Now, it may be, let me just check the cabling here. One of these can probably be tested with this, yes. See, this is an 8-pin video cable. Here's the power cable. It's a normal 2-prong thing. So one of the 64s will be able to be tested with this cable. The other one, there were cables that came with the 64, and they both have, I believe, the 5-pin pin, and that's fine. That will work on the other. So we need power for the monitor. Trying not to hurt anything here. And we're getting there. Ugh. We are. So the top of this, which has been heavily modified and doesn't have a keyboard and has these extra things in there, it's kind of dirty, but I'm sure it'll clean up nice. But it is, it can't, well, it could go on something else, I suppose, but it's not going to, because it in itself is its own special, unique thing. So, I mean, the thing right now, the cable is under it. Does the monitor come on? Yes, it does. Well, I suppose I could put this original 64 up here. Oh, looky. All that trouble to get this to work, and now it's out of view. We are on the air. So, I did check the 5-volt side of both of these power supplies, and it was fine. I should have taken a Sharpie and written it on this, but it was fine. So, here's what we do. We take the 64, we plug in the video cable, we make sure that the power switch is indeed off, because we don't want to get any unnecessary arcing. And we plug this in. Now I suppose another thing I should do while I'm here, and because I can, is I should turn this as much as I can so that you can share in the joy or the misery. So with a power supply like this, if the 5 volts is good and the 9 volts is good, the computer will come up. If there's something wrong with the 9 volt side, usually you'll see funny kind of diagonal lines, and you might hear a buzzing noise. And if that happens, I turn things off real quick. So here we go. Okay, where do I see? Oh, okay. Hang on, something was squirrely there. Okay, right. So the power LED is not plugged in, and the keyboard is not connected. This will greatly limit the possibilities. But it's funny, because it did kind of go off. Let's see. Okay, it's on. It's good. I'm going to shake it around a bit and see what's good. The colors on the screen are pretty awful at the moment, but it may be that I had the monitor adjusted for something completely different. Oh, that's looking better. Much better. So there we have it. A working Commodore 64. Which, you know what, when I went and saw this, I'm sure this is the one that the fellow had working. Code 53280, 0. Code 53281, 0. I'll make that white, and we'll print quote, which is a shifted to world of Commodore space quote semicolon colon go to 10, and then we will run, and there it is, the world of Commodore. Isn't it lovely? So this 64 seems to be working. One thing though, oh yeah, when I turn the volume up I hear a bit of a hum. That's usually means that probably the SID chip's okay, but you know, you got to test these things. So I think the next thing I will do, as I'm here, and I can, is I will grab, well, I think I'll take a little break. My voice is starting to go a little bit. So I will medicate, and then I'll see what I can see with this other 64. But I will need to get a different video cable that has a 5-pin DIN and plug into the front of the monitor and switch the switch on the back of the monitor to front, and then see what happens. So that's what I will do. Oh, there's a little plastic bag. Shocking as that might be. So thanks for coming. I'll see you again as I continue to test, and hopefully, oh, wait a second. Wait 1 second. Got to turn this off. Got to pull this power supply out. So this one tests okay. There is another power supply here. But once again, it tested fine on the 5-volt side, which is the danger zone. There we go. Have I got the cable? No, I've got the cable from the one I was just testing. Okay. This power supply looks a little dirtier, as my grandmother would say. It needs a bit of a face wash. And here is our sign. You go over here, sit nice. So we'll test this other power supply. So the power switch is off. We'll plug it in, we'll turn it on. If we see funny things, it means the snippers are soon coming. And we turn it on, and it comes up just fine. It's funny. I see the horizontal position of this could use a little adjustment. Okay, so at first glance, these power supplies are both okay. And that's a good thing. So I will now revert back to what I said I was going to do, and that is take a break, medicate, and see about testing this other 64. Then we'll see about hooking them up to the diagnostics and seeing what we see and seeing what we hear. So thanks for coming. Have a lovely day. Oh, what's going on here? Oh my. Just got a message from Rudy, from Rudy's Retro Intel. He had eight pet companions available to sell at the World of Commodore. I know he had somebody interested in one, but he just sent me a message that two of them have sold. So there's now either 5 or 6 that will be available. Let me check on that. Let's see. I will check and see how many. Oh, come on, phone. So, how many have recently sold? How many of the latest version will autocorrect will still be available as of now? Oh, autocorrect. What do we got here? Well, now this thing is doing weird things. It's not letting me see. Cancel. Oh, you know what? Maybe it's time to upgrade from my iPhone 6. I just don't know. Okay. Okay, so according to Rudy, there are still 6 of the pet companions, the final version, all assembled already to be sold. There were 8 for the World of Commodore. There's now 6. He does have some preliminary versions that are not the final version, but still work. And so maybe he'll bring some of them too. All right, I've got to find this other video cable and see what's up with this other 64. Oh, another message from Rudy. Cool. He says cool. Indeed, that's cool. Anyway, thanks for coming. We'll see you again soon back in the TV room. David Bradley signing off. Bye for now.